Hey guys! So since this month is Pride Month, I decided that I wanted to talk about a topic that is pretty close to me, which is about my sexuality. Since today is the 8th of June, I guess if you know the dates for each sexuality, you'll already figured out that mine is demisexual, and that is what I am, and I'm going to go about what demisexuality is for those who doesn't know it and how I found out that it was my sexuality and such. Also, if you want to know the other sexuality, gender, all those kind of dates, I'll list them down below. I think they are the official ones, but I'm not sure. But I've seen a lot of people post it and so on. So happy Pride, happy Demisexual awareness day, and yeah, I'll get into what demisexuality is now. Demi or demi, or however you pronounce that word, it means half, and so imagine that you're on the scale from sexuality to asexuality. Demisexuality is kind of in the middle. It is possible to be sexually attracted to someone, but it doesn't happen that often. For it to happen, you need a very close relationship with the person that you might end up being sexually attracted to. So demisexuality is a lack of attraction to any person unless they have a deeply emotionally or romantic relationship with the person. And even then, you might not still be sexually attracted to the person. It kind of depends, but the closer friendly or romantic relationship you have with this person, the more likely you are to start developing the sexual attraction. That's why a lot of demisexuals prefer to go over the friend part first to get to know the person. They don't go clubbing and just see one person and it's like, oh, I'm sexually attracted to that. No, it's a long process basically. And I want to talk about how I find out that I was demisexual, because it took a really long time for me to know that there was nothing wrong with me, and it's okay. Also, a side note, no matter what your sexuality or your gender is, it's okay. You don't need to be like anyone else. You're you, and that's beautiful. So when I was in, I think it was 5th grade in school, I went to like a sleepover birthday party and so on, and they were playing like Truth or Dare, and then it was my turn to say, and I said truth because I don't like dares, but I don't like the truth either. Basically don't like the game, so I chose the easy option. And the question is, who is your crush? When I said I didn't have one, people was like, you're lying, everyone has a crush, and so on. But I didn't. I developed my first crush when I was 15, so I went a really long period not crushing on anyone. To make them stop, I just blurred out a random name, and I got people, since I never came up with a new name that I crushed on, fake crushed on, just to make them leave me alone. People thought I crushed on this person up till 9th grade, until where the school finished and you don't see those people again. So that is not cool, and it was so awkward being next to that person because everyone's like, oh, you're crushing that person, and it's like, not really. I just said to make you shut up and leave me alone. But yeah, then at the age of 15 I met this really sweet girl, and we got really close friends, and from that I started developing a crush, and I ended up having my first girlfriend in the age of 15. And in my first relationship, it was like, I'm probably just straight. That I'm dating a girl, so I'm probably just straight, right? Then after that relationship ended, I ended up dating a guy, a transgender guy, and I was like, maybe I'm bisexual or pansexual because I'm not only attracted to girls now, I know. But it wasn't really, that didn't feel right because, again, it was a very close friend of mine that I ended up crushing on, but it doesn't happen any other times unless I'm really close friends with the person. So, and then I was like, but I'm really interested in people, maybe there's something wrong with me. And then I started Googling on the internet, and then I came to the conclusion that I was demisexual because I need a close relationship to have that kind of relationship with the person. And that is how I found out that I'm demisexual. So the very important part for me in my sexuality is to get to know people first, bond with them before I start crushing on them or having a sexual attraction to them. That's why clubbing never felt appealing to me, because most people club to go hook up with someone and do the do with them, and that's not really me. And that is completely okay. And also, if you're not that interested in people, there's nothing wrong with you. You might just want to research a bit or just accept that you are who you are. You don't need to label yourself at all. Just be whatever you are and be comfortable with it. And if you want a label because it's easy to describe people, then take your time and think over it, and maybe someday you'll find out that you have a certain type of sexuality, and that is beautiful. And also, no matter what gender you are, what sexuality you have, etc., no matter who you are a beautiful person, and you shouldn't be ashamed of yourself. It's completely fine not to be like anyone else. And I hope this video helped you out a bit in case you were curious about what demisexuality is. And I know I'm not the perfect demisexuality explainer, because this is just how I feel, and when I looked at sexualities, it was just demisexuality I identified with. Of course, each person is different, and that is completely fine too. But happy Pride Month, everyone, and I hope I'll see you guys soon. If you like this video, please subscribe or give it a like or something. I'll see you guys soon. Bye!